Hey everybody, this is Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive on Thursday, September 22nd, right before our rustic harvest class. Yes, you guys know that's how I roll. I had to make sure I got this one done before we have class. So I'm going to do a quick little YouTube live video showing you guys how to make the fourth card for the O.U.R, it's our Underground Railroad, the card making benefit that we're going to be doing here in just over a week. It's actually October 1st, which, believe it or not, you guys, that is next week's Saturday. Wow, how does that come up so fast? We were just saying last night, it's so crazy. Where does this time go? It just goes fast. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. So I have just a few minutes here, and I'm going to roll through it. I've got everything stamped, I should say, and I got everything stamped so that I could just show you guys a little bit about how to assemble and put it together in case anybody wants to recreate this card. That would be awesome. Hi, Susan Hendricks. So I think we are already at 52 people signed up for the event, which is awesome. If you guys missed it, I did a quick little Facebook Live video with Bonnie, maybe this afternoon around 2 o'clock, and it showed all the different raffle baskets. So if you aren't local to me and you would want to get in with the raffle, you are more than welcome to participate. I kind of talked which ones would be great prizes to put your raffle tickets in for so that it wouldn't be bulky for mailing, because I did offer that if it's something that's smaller, that could fit in a box or a padded envelope, or like the quilt could go, we'll figure out a box, we'll get it in it. I would help with shipping, so that would be my extra donation. So yay. Who else is here? Hi, Karen. Hi, Bonnie. And then Anike. Hello from our vacation address in southern France. Wow, am I saying your name right? Anique, or is it Anike? I'm not always so good with names, you guys, but I do try. So, oh, hi, Jean Maxwell. Yeah, you guys, it's amazing. After I did that video, I probably had 3 people from across the United States, some of my customers, that reached out to me to get tickets. So thank you for those early raffle sales. Bonnie worked really hard with Lisa to get those raffles in by the weekend, and then she spent the last few days putting bows on and putting them in baskets and making them beautified. And so she's taken pride and joy in getting these together for everybody. So it's amazing how a team can come together and make it all happen. So, all right, I'm gonna flip the camera down and we're gonna show you the cards for the benefit in case you wanna get signed up. This probably doesn't need to be here, so let's move that. Kelly was in here doing Technique Thursday. Hi, Donna Simmer. So these are the cards for the benefit that we will be making. If you're in person, you'll make them here. If you're getting the cards mailed to you for your donation, they're going to be completed made-up cards. And so this one is one featuring gathered wheat. That is the one we're going to be making today, but just to show you what it looks like, that's the stamp set that we used for this card. It does come with a die set, and so it is a bundle. This one, Sending Love, uses, oh man, it's not even here, Snowman Magic. Oh, it's around somewhere. It's not in my pile apparently, but it is around. So that's Snowman Magic. This one is the Regal Reindeer. That set looks like this, in case you're wondering, because I didn't show these sets earlier when I was doing each card. That is the die set. Hi, Donna Gruski. And then here was our painted pheasant. So this one I made yesterday. I believe I did the pheasant yesterday. And then, nope, yes, I did the painted pheasant yesterday. Today we're going to be doing this one. And lastly, tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to be live at some point tomorrow, and we're going to be doing this one, which I think it seems to be a lot of people's favorites, and that features the Joyful Flurry. That's that set. The Snowman Magic, the words from this one, this and the sentiments and the hearts, they do come from the Sweet Gingerbread, where the other stuff comes from the Snowman Magic. So, all right, so those are all the cards and the stamp sets that were used. And what we're going to be working on today. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. Which Facebook post do we post that we subscribe to your video account for the bundle drawing when you reach 1,500? Good question. There is a post. You know what? That's a really good point. So what I'm going to do, so it's easy for people to find. Right now it's a post floating out in my Cards by Christine page, and it has a graphic that has all these little YouTube buttons that are red. That's the post. But what I'm going to do, so that people don't, like, that post will keep going down and down and down and down, and it'll keep going back and forth as people comment. under the challenges post, you guys, I'm going to save a link for it in there. So I'll update the challenges post to have that in it for this month, and then I'll update it for next month too. So then if you are looking for it in the future, I don't know when I'm going to do it. If I can do it before class, I will. Otherwise, I'll try to do it after class. But I'll try to make it easy for you guys. But good question. When you asked about that, I thought that would be a good thing to do. So yay. Good question, Jean. Okay, so let's put this little baggie back here. And so I'm not going to glue the inside in. We talked about that. I like to leave these out so that when I have in person, then they just flip the card back and forth. This one has a mat of Sahara sand that is embossed with the time-worn type embossing folder. And then we took and we sponged some color in Sahara sand around the edges. And the reason we just did the edges is because this is going to be matted on here. So this is from the He's the Man designer series paper, that the Cajun piece, and it is matted over the top of this. And look at this, isn't Anna so smart, you guys? This is the paper conservation. This little tree actually is the tree from this card, and she was thinking smarter and not cutting extra scraps, and that little tree comes right out of that. So perfect, good job, Anna, good catch. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of gluing here, and going to put some on. Now we're gonna be careful though, because there's a tree cut out of the middle of that. I don't wanna get any glue through the hole. So let's put this one on first. There are words for this, so we're gonna try to make sure we got our card opening the right way, and this goes on here, and like that. And then this, I'm gonna do it mid-air, just in case there's glue that will go through. Oh, I did good, but sometimes if you put glue everywhere, you'll get it through there. And then if you're putting it flat, you'll get glue that goes through onto your workspace. And then what we're gonna do is put some dimensionals on here and pop this up so that it can go onto our card front with a little bit of height. And we'll go a little bit bigger so you guys are closer so you can see a little bit better. So that can go there. And then we've got 3 little sprigs of wheat. It's so cool because these guys actually are from those dies as well. And they're adorable. I love them. So we're gonna grab the Stella pen and just Stella these guys. And like that. One thing you could do is before you stamp your sentiment, you could Stella that. And I might just do the sides of it. I want to be careful not to do where the ink is because it will make it bleed. Oops, just like that. Did you see what I did? I tried to wipe it on my countertop. I did do that. Okay, so this little banner is kind of adorable because it folds back and then this folds like this. Right, so it gives it this 3D effect. Oops, that's the wrong way. So like that. And what you can do is you can glue it down and then like you would glue it like this and then it has this, it'll have a tendency to pop up. So you could do that, but I like the idea of keeping it a little bit flatter. So I'm gonna grab some Terran tape and I'll set some aside on my hand here. And I want to put that ribbon. Oh man, the ribbon. I have some. I gotta go get it. Hang on. Hi, Marsha Long. Ha! I have this much down here, so that's perfect. So what we're gonna do is take this, fold it in half, and kind of have them so they're kind of offsetting. And that's way too much. So let's just put that a little bit shorter because we don't need to use that much. And then this will come out the side. Now, 2 differences. I don't know if you guys can catch it in the video, but on this card, I noticed that we sponged the edges. And on this one, it's too Dutch. Elbow cough. We live in the Netherlands, about an 11-hour drive. Our daughters went on vacation around here. Met a nice guy. They married 5 years ago. I love it. That's a good love story. Very cool. I like it. So on this one, we sponged the edges. And then this one, you know what? I think I am going to sponge the edges. So I've got a little dauber over here that's already got some ink on it. might as well do it, right? Why not? So before we do that, whoa, it like jumped ship. Okay, so we're just taking a little dauber and we're going to just put a little bit of ink around the edges of this. It just makes it look softer in my mind. Just round those edges with a little ink like that. Boom, that's all we need. Okay, now I'm happy. It looks softer. I thought we'd get by without doing it, but you know what? It looks nicer with it done. So we're gonna take this, and then this is going to go right about here. And I like to put, ooh, that's not high enough. We're gonna put that up a little bit higher. And then I like to put another one over the top, like that. And we'll pick that off. And in this case, I want it to go flat. So what we're gonna do is put tear and tape throughout. And then this will fold in. This side will fold in. Thank you so much. It is a nice fall card. I'm going to put a little more tear and tape over that so it keeps it shut. Your Funful kits are already folded before we get them. Your fun. So Marcia, your question is, your Funful kits are already folded. So I have to fold the parts so that they fit into, okay, so yes and no. If there's a score line and it needs to be folded on the score line for it to fit in your envelope, yes, then I fold that. But like, for instance, I have one of the cards has score lines, but it might not need to be folded to go into the envelope, then I'm not gonna fold it. So, all right, so we got this prepped and ready. So we're gonna just trim this little guy here. And then we're gonna trim this one a little bit shorter, so the front one's slightly shorter. And we'll leave that waiting in the wings here for the moment because we do need to get our wheat on here, and we're going to use some dimensionals. So Marcia, I guess everything is scored, but not necessarily always folded, right? Just depends if it needs to be or not. So it needs to fit in the envelope, right? That's the main thing. So potentially some are folded and some parts are not folded. So I'm just putting some dimensionals at the top, grabbing my liquid glue, and we're going to put a little glue at the bottom because I like for the bottom to be flat and the top to be popped up. And this sets right in the center here, something like that. And then what we can do with our wheat is a little bit of glue along that back. And then this one sneaks in just like this. This guy sneaks in up at the top, just like that. And then this one sneakers in on the right-hand side over here. So that kind of fills that in. And now our little guy waiting in the wings over here is gonna set right on here. And I think right there looks nice. And then we have on here some of the brushed metallic dots. And so, Marcia, did that answer your question? I'm not sure if that, like based off of what you were asking, if that told you. I mean, I'm glad you like it. So if you do have more questions, Marcia, just reach out to me. So everything that needs to be scored is scored on Fun Folds, but not necessarily always folded and put together, right? Because one of the things is for me to teach you how to put them together. So this guy's gonna go there. And we have ourselves a nice, pretty fall card that could be used for Thanksgiving, birthday, thinking of you, get well, anything. It says thinking of you. On the inside of the ones that we're gonna have for the made up ones, it's gonna say simply thankful for all you do. So that would be perfect. So that one's gonna go right in here. And then you guys, that's what I've got for you today. Again, if you don't have yourself subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do that and hit the little bell so you get notified when I go live. Donna Simmer says, wheat always reminds me of my parents. They both were born in Saskatchewan. Very nice. This reminds me of my parents too. I grew up on a farm. My parents still manage and run the farm. And it reminds me of eating wheat right out of the field. So, oh yes. What about cut? So everything is cut and scored, right? So I'm trying to think. The only time I wouldn't die cut is if it's a focal image that needs to be die cut after you stamp it. In that case, I'll give you a piece of paper big enough to stamp that focal image, and then you can either fussy cut it or die cut it. But if there's anything that needs die cutting that I can do ahead, definitely. Like in the case of the Halloween card for Fun Folds, all those bats are cut out, the fence is cut out with the house, like in the spooky scene is die cut. So the little label is die cut, but anything that is a focal image, like in this case, if it was this card, I would not stamp and die cut out this piece for you. I would not just die cut this piece. I would give you a piece of paper big enough to stamp it and die cut it yourself. But these little guys would be die cut for you. So I hope that answers your question. So what about the one that's cut diagonally? So which one's cut diagonally? I gotta look at the card. I'm trying to think. The Fun Folds are sitting over there. There's a Christmas card that has nothing with diagonal. There's the leaf one is nothing diagonal. So I don't know if you're talking about this card, Marcia. If this is the card you're talking about, that's cut diagonal. No, I am going to teach you guys how to cut that yourself. Okay, good, Marcia. If this is the one you're talking about that's cut diagonally, Kelly just did a Technique Thursday on it today. You're going to cut your own pieces, and Kelly did a specific technique on it today to show you, plus I'll show you in class on this one as well. I just gave you, that little envelope flap, it's not good. I gave you guys, I think Kelly talked about it, that I'll give you 2 pieces of paper and you're gonna cut the diagonals off, and so that is maybe what you're talking about. So yay, I hope that's what you're talking about, because that would make sense to me about a diagonal cut. I don't think there's any diagonal cuts in the Fun Folds, and maybe I'm drawing a blank. So what did a British demo puts 3 clusters of 3 embellishments, looks awesome. ASP with, especially with the small jewels. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that answers everybody's questions. And you guys, I'll catch you in about 35 minutes for the Rustic Harvest card class. All right. Lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you guys. Make sure to share this video with your friends and family. Smash that like button or whatever. There's people that I watch that say that. I'm like, that sounds so weird. So we got to come up with a different word for it. So, all right. We'll talk.